Okay, welcome, beauties. Welcome to your practice. And tonight we are going to do a cooling practice. So you're at home, which is pretty awesome because what it would be great to do if you don't have air conditioning, if you feel warm and whatever, even if you have air conditioning, it's nice. I think Carter already did this for us, but take a face cloth and just make it wet. And you can put a few drops of lavender oil on it if you like that. And then you'll just fold it up and maybe put it on a plate or something and put it in the fridge. And then we'll take it out at the end of class. And if you're like, oh, that seems like so much work, then you don't have to do it. But you could also just kind of keep that in your head. That's a great thing. Okay, while you're out gathering, if you have peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil, any tree oil, then and lather, you could bring that into your practice today too. So I'll just hang out and give you a moment to gather. Go gather your nuts, little ones. So a face cloth and just make it wet. Lavender is 1 or 2 drops on there if you like. Are you doing that for us right now, Art? You're just checking them, or?
I'm checking them. You want me to lavender?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so I can see 2 boxes, 2 faces, so I'm just gonna wait till they return and then we'll start. And if you are here, then you can also gather a bolster and maybe a blanket or 2. And so this will be a cooling practice. A glass of water, hopefully you already have something beside you. And if not, grab a cold drink too. So a cold drink, a bolster, maybe a blanket or 2, not to cover yourself, but for support if you don't have air conditioning. Oh, good. I think even if I had it, I probably wouldn't use it because that's just who I am. So, yep. Okay, great. So something in the fridge, a cold washcloth, and then if you have any tree oils, peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil. So these are great, or spruce. I love spruce, and I love fir oil too. So these oils are, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna put a drop of peppermint on 1 foot and then rub my feet together. And it's gonna just kind of help to cool down the body. So if you have that, you don't want to touch it because if you rub your eyes after you touch peppermint oil, you'll regret it. So I just kind of do that, and then I'll do a little bit of this, which, I love this. I just kind of rub it together. And even just smelling peppermint is also cooling. So you can put, if you have a headache or anything, you put, you don't want to go too close to your eyes. And I'll just use the bottle sometimes and just turn it upside down, 1 or 2 drops on your head. On the back of your neck, peppermint oil is really great for, if you're smelling it right now, it's cooling and grounding. And same with eucalyptus, any of those tree oils are really amazing. Tea tree oil will also do the same if you have that. So, okay, so once you've done that, then let's take your time. So 1 drop of peppermint oil without touching it in your hands if you can. Rub your feet together. And then we'll come into your sacred sit. Yes. And great. Okay. So when you're here, smell your feet if you like, and also mention the lavender oil. That's just very calming and soothing. So sometimes I'll even put like a drop or 2 on my clothes. Actually, I do that, and it doesn't stay. It looks like a stain, then it goes away. So I don't know if I should ship. I'm not even going to endorse that. Let's just start. Here we go. So start with your palms facing up, and just allow your sit to come in, your eyes, your gaze to drop. If you lit a candle before we started, or you can just gaze at that, or you can gaze at mine. Good. And I'm just going to introduce you to cooling breath. So if you're able to roll your tongue, I'm not so gifted, but if you are able to roll your tongue, then you roll your tongue and you kind of put the tongue just like to the lips. So it doesn't need to stick out all the way. Yeah, yeah. So heart has that. So there, I can't do that. So either that, or you're just gonna create like a straw, and we're just gonna be here. You can close your eyes all the way. You will create this mudra with your mouth, so either tongue or lips first, and you'll inhale through the straw of your lips, and then pause, and then we'll exhale through the nose. And then we'll just do that a few times. Inhale through the straw of your lips, or feeling the air over your tongue. Pause at the top for a moment, drop your shoulders, and exhale through your nose. And one more time. As you exhale through the nose, notice where the tongue wants to go. And then just be your normal breath. You let your mouth relax. And we're going to turn the palms to face down, quite intentionally. Good. And we're going to come back to that cooling breath, and we're just going to do a few rounds. So you're welcome to breathe out through the nose, or you might breathe in and out through the mouth. Okay, so just as you are, find your nice comfortable sit and begin. If you're breathing out of your mouth, you keep the lips pursed or the tongue rolled the entire time. Drop your inner gaze down as if it's looking at your tongue or your lips. Okay, 2 more rounds, and this time maybe slow it down a little bit, linger a little bit longer in the sacred pauses at the top and the bottom. And as you finish your last exhalation, let your head drop and breathe in and out through your nose. And then just staying as you are, just scanning your body at the beginning of your practice, noticing how you're feeling, any parts of your body that are talking to you, the state of tension in your face. Just noticing everything. It's a great observer of you. Just cultivating gratitude for the simplicity of this moment and that you are here amongst friends, supported in your practice and on your journey. And as you feel ready, my friends, in this position of gratitude, joining the palms together in front of your heart in this, international posture of thank you, of gratitude, of honoring. Then offer it to yourself at this moment to honor all that you are and all that is at this moment right now. And as you inhale, lengthen tall, lift your chin, and exhale as you are. Yes. And we'll just do 2 rounds of that breath, and you'll inhale through your straw. We'll hold it at the top, and we'll exhale in 3 parts. And you can do that through the pursed lips as well. So exhale completely, and inhale through your pursed lips. Pause at the top, retain the breath, and then exhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Exhale all the way. release the lips, take a normal breath in and out. And we'll do that same thing again. So purse your lips, roll your tongue, inhale. Pause at the top, retain the breath, drop your shoulders, exhale, pause. Exhale, pause. Exhale all the way. And inhale fully for your first Om. Bow your chin with reverence, with gratitude, with honoring. Release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. And we're going to stay seated, and we're just going to revolve our cat-cow. So change the cross of your legs or stretch your legs out if you need to. Sit higher on something. I'm going to come back to this opposite cross. I'm like, wait, is that right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm sitting on a bolster. So you know I'm sitting on something, and it's going to keep me higher and more lifted. And then we'll just take the hands down. And as you're ready, you'll just kind of shift over to one side, shift back and over. And feel free to close your eyes, just like that first tarot card I chose and showed before I pushed record. So a woman in her body and is feeling everything she is or he is, if that be the case. And just noticing any creaky, cracky places of interest, and send in your love, your honoring, your gratitude. Okay, so we're going to stay with this in this direction, a few more rotations. And notice if your head is coming in, maybe the shoulders will start to come in. And it doesn't need to be anything other than what you are doing. So feeling into your own sacred movement, your own dance. And what is your breath doing? Let it dance with you. And then we'll reverse and maybe you start slowly this way, even though you've been doing it, now it's different pressure on the hips, different movements. And noticing if you're holding tension in your jaw right now. If you're overthinking this, then just smile, let the jaw go. Yes. Good. Good. So we're just going to change this so slightly. Keep doing what you're doing. And the next time you come over, let's say to the left, bring the right shoulder down and forward and hang out here for a moment. Turn your head to the left. Use your right hand to just add a little pressure into the right thigh or inner thigh. And then lift yourself up from the right shoulder. Let it lift up and you'll come back up to sitting. Then crescent yourself over to the right. And the hard to go opposite ways because I'm mirroring you, so it's all good. It's okay. Drop over. Use your left hand. You might even turn it and push that thigh away. Turn your head to the right. And then lift up by rolling the shoulder, come up. And exhale as you fold over your left thigh, turn your head. And come up as you're ready with an inhale and exhale. So you might turn the left hand so the fingers are pointing in towards your groins and you just push that thigh gently. And then come up. And exhale, we'll do one more time on each side. So I'm still an opposite cross of the legs. If that's not happy, then you give yourself permission to switch. Go ahead and change sides again. Breathe here. And then we're gonna come up and you can stretch your legs out. And just before we leave seated, let's bring let's come back to your habitual cross. And I like to cup my feet in. I know sometimes that makes things uncomfortable in the shins, but over time it gets better. So do what you need to do. Prop up under your knees if you need to, and we're just gonna side bend. So I'll take the left hand down, reach the right arm up, and just press it over, and then sweep your arm, forward and back. Just be playful a little bit. You need to bend your elbow, that's fine. I'm gonna add a little rolling in the wrist and moving of the fingers and the breath. So the arm doesn't have to stay straight. You just play and explore for yourself what this is. Twisting happening, even the hips are getting a little bit of something here. Good. And then we're just gonna rest over to this side, anchor the left hand down, take a breath, and then rise up. Good, let's pause for a moment. Just if you need to stretch your legs out, do it. I'm gonna keep mine as they are. Just feel, maybe your eyes are closed because that's the kind of practice this is. And feel the difference in the two sides. Doesn't need to be super complicated to be effective. And then take your right hand down, reach the left arm up. And same kind of thing, just dance and forward and back, and just opening and closing. Maybe you bend the arm and roll the wrist. And just moving in a way that maybe feels playful. Don't forget your breath wants to play. Yes. Good. Quiet. Shh. Hey. Quiet. The word of the day is quiet. Good. And then just resting into the side stretch. And you can anchor that right hand. Extend yourself, so maybe there's room to drop in a little deeper. And then we'll come up and sit, stretch your legs out. Just take a moment, feel all that goodness. Okay, now from here we're going to come into your hands and knees, and we're just going to take cat-cow, a few different variations. So put a blanket under your knees if you need it. You can use a bolster underneath your knees if you like that too. I'm just going to turn around, and I'll put a bolster here. Just always talk about it. Okay. And then once your hands have been placed nicely and your heart isn't sinking too much down, you press down, lifted the heart, lift the belly in, and then start to move through your cat-cow. And we can add that cooling breath. So as you tuck into cat, you draw in through the straw, and as you release the belly, you breathe out, but we're going to open the mouth and stick the tongue out into the Kali breath. So you inhale, cooling breath, and exhale, releasing breath. And if that doesn't feel right, then change it. Good, let's just do two more. Good, and then just wiggle your tail side to side a little bit. Good. Okay, and then walk yourself back so you're on your toes. If you're on a bolster, that's great. I'm going to stay on my toes for this. You change to however you need, and I'm going to keep the bolster under here. I'm just going to turn and face you. If you need to come off your toes, permission to do that. Take your hands, interlace, reach up, and lengthen up. And at the same time as I do this, I'm pressing my heels back and reaching. Okay, I'm going to breathe through the straw. In and out. One more. Okay, and then release. And I'm just gonna drop off to the side, come off the toes. Again, I'm just gonna stretch the legs forward. Okay. All right, so here's our first cooling pose. You're gonna take your bolster and blanket, and the bolster is gonna go into the middle of your mat. I'm just gonna move all my stuff here. Okay, if you don't have a bolster, then you know by now. Grab some blankets and just fold them up and create this kind of a shape. And then can you pass me that other blanket? Okay, then I'm gonna take another blanket and I'm just gonna open it up nice and lay it down. And this is where my head is gonna go. So I'll just like to smooth it out always. And when you're lying on stuff and there's, it's the princess of the pea situation. Yeah. Okay, now you might want another blanket roll for the tops of your feet. That's up to you. We're gonna just lie down over this. I put my feet, my knees on either side. I'm gonna walk myself back so when I lower down, my chest is on the bolster and my head comes off. And then what I'm gonna do with the legs is kind of a little bit of a froggy. So I'll take the knees out and this. I'm on the big toe edge of my feet, like a little frog, like that. Okay, so you might put a blanket under your knees, under your feet, if you need that. You can also straighten the legs a little bit. Adjust yourself. You can come up and rock a little bit or forward until you find your sweet spot. I hope you haven't had dinner just recently, but you should be okay. So that my head is below my heart. You can turn your head one way if you want to, and I'll let you know when to turn the other side if you prefer that. And just to allow the breath to move into the back. Now, this is dead bug pose. So that you feel that you have the drop off, could be, as I said, put the chest on the bolster. Now I'm here, my chest is off the bolster. That's fine. Just so I feel the end of the bolster right at the base, right at the ribs here. Not the base of the ribs, up, right underneath the chest. And then the head will come down. And you just start to move into your breath and close your eyes. And just allow the props to do all the work here. I'll say one more thing, because I did ask you to get oils, and as I lie down on this blanket, I'm inspired to take my lavender oil and put a few drops on it. So you're welcome to do that as well. I'll just kind of sprinkle it, and then I'll come back in if you want. And feel free, if you feel hot and sweaty, to bring in that cooling breath through your tongue. And you're just feeling the breath over your tongue. Lavender is one of those very safe oils. And doesn't need to be diluted necessarily unless you have some skin issue. Not toxic, and most people respond very well to it as far as calming and soothing. Any tension in your shoulders, let that just drop away. And if you feel the shoulders kind of snuggle up towards the neck or the ears, that's fine. Let's drop in. Feeling your breath moving through you and into the back body, maybe the sides of the waist. Releasing any tension in your pelvic floor and in your forehead. If you have the head turned and you feel tension in your neck, just see if you can let it go, maybe with a big sigh or a little bit of an adjustment. But just keep your head facing the same direction for now, if you have it turned. Allowing the neck stretch to happen. And if you have your head turned, and as you inhale, mindfully lift it up, and as you exhale, turn slowly and set it down on the other side. And softening yourself, dropping in consciously, feeling what the pose is offering you right now at this moment. And if you have your head turned to the side now, then just lifting it up and tuck your chin in, place your forehead on your hands. You can change the like if you have one palm over the other, switch it. And allow the skin of the forehead to be drawing down. So you might even draw the hands in a little bit closer so that when the head releases, you feel the skin of the forehead drawing down towards the eyes. And softening through your shoulders, the back of your shoulders. And take one more breath like that. And then anchor your hands into the ground so your head lifts. And we're just going to stretch the legs straight, come onto your forearms like we do in Sphinx here. And you can have the forearms forward a little bit, or they can be back. You're gonna tuck your toes under and just rock your heels side to side. So, yes. And then you can stay with the toes tucked under, tops of the feet down. Just going to draw the chin in and the chest in. So I'm working a little bit here. I could probably take my hands off and stay, but it's easier with them down. Just take the heart back, chin in, and breathe. And then inhale. Now as you exhale, pull the forearms, like pull the floor towards you, lengthen, come back down for a moment with the forehead resting. And once you have your forehead resting, bend your knees and just start to rock these feet side to side. It's a way of massaging the belly, the hips, and opening a little back. And if it's comfortable to kind of just drop the feet over to whichever side you're on now, just they're not going to touch they might touch the floor, the inside one might, and just be there for a moment. Just feel the breath changing slightly here. And just stay with this next few exhalations. Really let them be deep. You feel yourself almost melting a little bit more in this shape. Good. And then keeping your forehead down, lift the legs up, drop them over to the other side. And same thing, just drop in as much as you can. It's so heavy. So you allow this little bit of a shift to change your breath pattern. Just taking one more full breath in and nice beautiful exhalation. And then lift the legs back up. And I'm going to bring the toes to touch, or the feet to touch here. Just give them a little massage, rub your feet together. And press your hands into the floor and lift your head. And walk your hands back this time. So like maybe you're going to have the elbows over the wrists. Yeah, and then just start to push the hands down. Come up slowly here. Like I'm going to take this advantage of a little bit of a cobra. So I'm going to roll the shoulders back, take a breath, my soles of my feet are still touching if that works. Good. And then roll yourself up and back, and we'll take child's pose. You can move the bolster up. You can even take that blanket you were on and roll that in. It's so cute, but she has a really bad bark. And just roll it in. And you can put it, any way that supports you. You come down into child's pose here. So, it might even be better on your head, wherever feels good. And just drop into your child's pose. And if you've turned your head one direction, that's totally fine. I'll let you know when to turn it. And if you have the forehead down and you're comfortable, then that's great. And if you have your head turning one way, and just lift it up and turn it the other way now. And just drop in again. From here, we're just going to come up really slow. You might keep your eyes closed, and we're just going to sit. And you can sit on your bolster. I'm going to turn mine, and sit in Virasana, but you don't have to sit this way. So I have the tops of the feet down. You can sit cross-legged. Then we'll just sit for a moment, just dropping in. We're going to come back to that cooling breath. I feel like we need to take a drink moment too. So if you have your drink handy, then just hold it in front of your heart for a moment and feel the temperature of your container, your liquid, your refreshment. And just send in, even if you don't love, honoring, gratitude, all those things, and just repeat those words: love, honoring, gratitude, love, honoring, gratitude. And then taking a drink when you're ready. Just feeling the liquid come down and great appreciation for that. Okay, we're just going to sit for a few rounds of that cooling breath. So I'm going to start with the palms facing up. This is actually energizing and heating. And we're just going to feel this for a moment. And then as you're ready, you'll inhale as you are. And as you exhale with great intention, you'll turn your palms down and place them. And then feel into your seat, make any adjustments you need. And then coming back to that curling of the tongue or the rolling of the lips and just breathing in and out through there for a few rounds. And just do a few more rounds, maybe slow them down. And as you finish, you just bow your chin and breathe in and out normally. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to take 2 forward folds, and then we're going to move into Shavasana. And so if you'd like to get your cold washcloth now, then go ahead and go get that. And I'll just wait here. My Sherpa is getting mine. I need my beloved heart. It's so sweet. Thank you. Great gratitude and honor. I see this. Oh, so nice. Okay. All right. So once you have this, we're actually going to put this right behind your hairline, like right behind the neck. So yeah, in the kitchen. So you can fold it and just put it right behind your head. So I just kind of just wait. Obviously, not everyone's back yet. So I just kind of folded it lengthwise like this. And then you can, you're welcome to put it anywhere you like, down anywhere. But I'm just going to lay it on the back of my neck. And then we're going to come into a forward fold. That is bliss. So I'm going to take my bolster. I'm sitting in Janu Shirshasana is the name of this pose. So I'm not, my foot is not at my thigh. It can be if the twist is too much. I'm going to put the bolster on the inside of the left leg. I have my right leg folded in. Okay, and then you have your props. You have your blankets. You can make this as high as you need. Okay, we did a little bit of side bending already. You're just going to lengthen. Turn yourself over to face the leg. Hello, foot. And then exhale and walk yourself forward. And be kind. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do all kinds of different things to support yourself here. And just let it be a slow descent. And close your eyes. And take what you've done in the previous pose, that breath into the back body. It's so nice and open now. It's received, it's been bathed. And we're inviting that in this, this is a hip opener, a twist, a forward fold. A lot happening. A lot of ways to breathe and to be here. So I'm just going to stop talking and let you just experience this as you are. And now you've been here for a little bit. Ask yourself that question, where can I soften? If you need to come out, re-lengthen, and come back in. And staying there for another 3 breaths, just letting the pose unfold, soften, release. And as you finish your 3rd exhalation, then just very lovingly come up and stretch your legs out. And just pause, move your feet around. Thank you. Good. Okay, so we're going to do the second side, same thing. If your face cloth needs to be refolded, you just take it out, give it a little shake like your mama used to do when you had a fever. And then place it again in the back of your neck. Just like that. Okay. Set up. You're going to use your props. Just start, once you're in it, just start by just turning and just looking at the right leg for a moment. Great gratitude and honoring. And then slowly, take your time. Know where to be. There's no destination. Enjoy this journey, this descent into yourself. Great joy and gratitude for simplicity of this. And always letting the breath be your guide. Maybe you're aware of that moment where your body lets go a little bit and starts to soften and relax into the shape of the pose. Almost like so much water, just filling up the banks of the river. So really being very present to where you are and the power of your breath. And just dropping into the shape of where you are right now. Surrendering to it. And as you're ready again, just really take your time. You might stay a little longer. Just press up. And it's going to come back to just sitting. I'm going to go opposite cross here. You sit however you like. And just allow your head to drop and just feeling the cooling effects of the forward folds. I just have my palms not really facing up, but not facing down, kind of sideways facing each other. And I'm going to circle the thumb and the index finger. And I'm going to bring that index finger, the tip of it, right down to the knuckle of the base of the thumb, if you can get it. So make that circle as small as you can. And then be here as if that's that little place of breath. And if that's comfortable to have your arms extended, wrists resting on the knees, take that. Otherwise, bend your elbows and rest the backs of the hands. So lengthen. And we're just going to come back to this straw breathing, we're going to call it. So as you're ready, rolling your tongue or pursing your lips. Just returning to this cooling breath cycle, calming. And being very aware of all four parts of the breath. The inhale and the exhale, and the sacred pause at the top and the sacred pause at the bottom. Let it be slow and easy. Drop your eyes as if they're looking down at your lips, at the breath, moving in and out. And then just do one or two more. And as you finish, just let that go. You can start to breathe normally in a way that feels right. Release the mudra in your hands, and with great gratitude, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow down. Soften your eyes. And anchor your sit bones down into the earth to lift the heart a little bit. Soften your third eye. And smile. Smile from your heart as much as you do from your face. Feel your third eye space smile as it softens. And tell yourself, I did good practice today. And with that honoring and that gratitude, I always love to kiss my fingertips. I bring them up, just give them a little kiss. And then release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and gently open your eyes. We're going to move into Shavasana. I'm going to start with a Supta Baddha Konasana. And so that's with the bolster at the front, and then you might have a blanket for behind your head. So you're welcome to set up in regular Shavasana if you like, but I'm going to be here just sitting behind with the soles of the feet together, knees apart, as a way of kind of offering the body a chance to just be open. You're going to support underneath your knees and your thighs with either blankets or blocks. And you can also put a block underneath your bolster if your back doesn't love this. And just come on down. I'm going to take that face cloth out from behind the neck, give it a little shake, and then fold it to be a bit of an eye pillow, forehead cover, and I'll even take my hands and just, as if you're just wiping your forehead or just pushing into your third eye, your temples, just give it a little bit of rub here so you can actually get that cool on there. And if you're very hot, then after you've done that, you can pick up the face cloth and just wave it over your face a few times. And you can either bring it back or put it underneath your neck if you like. Okay, so I'm going to stay in Supta Baddha Konasana for 5 minutes, and then I'll stretch my legs out for Shavasana. And I'll just guide you there. Welcome to do whatever feels right. A little support under your head so that you feel the forehead higher than the chin is very relaxing and soothing for the brain and the body. And then resting in whatever way feels good. Make any adjustments you need and drop in. If you're in Konasana and you'd like to transition into Shavasana, just extending the legs, and they can still be separated. If you wish to come off your bolster, then go ahead and roll to the side and move it, then come back. But otherwise, you're welcome to stay on it. I'm going to stay on it. And let's drop into your sacred rest and your breath. Staying as you are. Releasing yourself more deeply into your supports, into your space, into your body. Just feeling self-resting. And either choosing to stay as you are for longer, or you're going to gently move yourself, wake yourself up. And you can take that washcloth and either tuck it into your front or put it on the back of your neck, or even holding it in your hands. Just taking a few moments once you come upright. I'm going to take that same mudra of tucking the index finger into the thumb base as much as I can. I stretch the fingers, and this is actually the Om symbol. But yeah, anyway, for another time. And I'm just going to come back to a few more rounds of that breathing again. So sit up on something if you need to, make it comfortable, and just keeping with that theme of Shavasana, of rest, just very slowly, just taking a few breaths in and out through your pursed lips or your little tongue. It's very slow and conscious. Just inviting in that cooling of the body. This is a great breath for women if you experience hot flashes. And this is one of the breaths recommended for hot flashing or really, really hot days. And let's do maybe one or two more. As you release your last exhalation, you can release the mudra in your hands, and with reverence, bringing those hands together in front of your heart, great honoring and presence and gratitude for a simple practice. And smiling from your heart, from your lips, from your third eye, from your belly. As you inhale, lengthen yourself tall. As you exhale, stay as you are. And we'll join together in our may we be blessed with greater collective good beyond the confines of this friend space, and send it out everywhere that needs it. Inhale.
May we be blessed with loving kindness.
May we be well.
May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy
and may we be happy. And we'll seal that with one Om together. Inhale. Bow your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a nice breath. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Namaste, my friends. Great love and honoring, and may you all be well and happy and cool and content with your space right now and how things are. Next time I see you, it's going to be August. So how crazy is that? Yeah. Really? There we go. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. So thank you guys, and have a great, cool sleep. Like Claudette.